All right, let's do it.
Do it.
Click it.
Bacardi
Click
and
it.
Cola.
Click
Do
it.
it.
Click it.
Bacardi and Cola. Do
Do
it.
it. Do it.
Do it.
Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Brad, Eric, and Josh. We're here to break down the NFL draft. Oh my goodness, there's finally some type of sports stuff going on. Josh is all excited because Auburn had some people get drafted.
We had two guys actually get drafted in the first round. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Fantasy relevance? None. Okay. Oh, nice haircut. I saw that. That's why you're wearing the hat. Got it.
No,
Did you
yeah, I
buzz it
buzzed
again?
it. I buzzed it again, yeah.
Oh, shnikes.
I'm not afraid of it anymore.
All right, Josh. So you're doing good. You're buzzed. You're fine. Eric, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I had a couple days off this week, so
Oh,
it was
good.
cool.
Be
I
nice.
wasn't super essential all week long, so that was fun.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm pretty stoked to have this next week off.
Must be nice.
Oh, I'm done. I'm with you again, Brad, for like the rest of
Must
eternity.
be
So don't worry about it.
nice. But hey, somebody's got to be essential around here, and it'll
Yeah.
be me with the Empty Wagon merch on. But let's get into some news before we get to the draft, because there was actually news this week.
Okay.
There sure was, Bob.
I was Notre Dame
Mm.
because
You did, you son of a gun.
Nostradamus?
Nostradamus.
Notre Dame?
Yes,
Damus?
I was. Josh is like, oh, the news for Gronk might get traded to Tampa Bay comes out, and Josh is like, what do you guys think he's going to get? I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
fourth
you
round.
did call it. Yep.
I was like a fourth round pick because that's Bill Belichick. He doesn't want a first because he messes up first round all the time.
He does.
Well, Bill Barnwell brought up a good point about that. He did like a grade of the trade, and they had no leverage. It's like, look, you can either
No.
trade me or I'm going to stay retired. So you have to
Exactly.
move me. What are they going to get for him?
Nothing.
At most,
That's the only place
the
he
fact
wants
that
to
they
go.
got a fourth rounder, I think that's pretty good. That's yeah, best you could hope for.
Yeah. So Gronk is back down with Brady. Who have you guys heard about Brady? What he's been doing down in Tampa? He got
Walking
kicked
into
out of
People's houses that he doesn't belong, that aren't his.
Well, he got kicked out of one apartment complex because he was trying to work out and stuff in the public areas. You're not allowed to be there. He got kicked off a beach. He got told he can't work out on the beach.
Stay inside, bud.
He's on the TB12 dial. He ain't afraid of no COVID.
These guys.
I ain't afraid of no COVID.
All right, and then but yeah, he's just having a great old time. He even got called out by somebody on ESPN when they were doing their like video chat, talking to him like Tom doesn't even know what house he's in right now. He's like, but the Wi-Fi works.
He doesn't apparently. How do you not know? Was he like wasted, like high? Like
No,
what's the deal? How do
no.
you not?
I
know
think
what
he- I
house
think
you're
he's-
going into?
He's trying to get workouts in because it's Tom Brady. He's a perfectionist, and he wants to get this stuff perfect.
Isn't he living in Jeter's 30,000 square foot house? There's got to be stuff
Yeah.
to work out in.
Yeah. Did you hear the
Jeter's a
joke?
baseball player.
Did you hear the joke about Jeter? Jeter said Gronk can't stay at the house. You know, joking about him partying, and then somebody put on there like, and Gronk's like, "Hey Jeter, your bathrobes feel nice."
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
So Gronk is Tampa Bay. What do you guys take of this? I mean, I showed you the one dynasty league I'm in where he went for all the fab in the world.
Yeah, all the fab. He went for a decent price in our league as well. What, $41 in fab?
Yeah, the other league is a tight end premium, so I knew he'd be higher in that
Yeah,
league
sure.
because of that. Do you think Gronk is going to be useful in fantasy this year, Josh?
Yeah, I think he'll be useful. I don't think he's going to be a Gronk of old. I think they're just going to go out there and have fun, man. I mean,
What do you mean?
he'll still probably be a fringe tight end one because tight ends are so atrocious in fantasy
Like,
football.
By Gronk of old, do you mean he's going to play like 7 to 8 games, be hurt most of the time?
That one. Yeah, that one.
Where do you think he goes in redraft leagues? Where do you think he's going to get drafted at? He's going to 5th round?
I'd say that's low.
I wouldn't touch him before the 7th personally.
You wouldn't, but where's he going to go? Before he was going first, second round. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going there.
I think Eric's right. He'll probably go around the 5th round.
I think his average, I think that's low. I think he'll go in like the 4th. I really
Fourth
do.
round?
That's
If he makes it
sandwich.
through camp, if we're drafting 4th preseason game and he's had that good 3rd preseason game where he's caught like a touchdown pass or something, it's just going to skyrocket.
I'm
There
not,
ain't gonna be no
yeah,
preseason.
I'm not saying like he should go there. I'm saying that's name recognition, right? Everybody knows who Rob Gronkowski is. He's the champ. He's the world champ right now, right? Or the 24/7 champ or whatever.
24/7 champ.
24/7 champ, whatever that is. He's a champion, right? And he's had a year of rest, blah, blah, blah. So people are going to be like, oh, yeah, he's going to come back. He's with Brady. That offense is great. He's going to get easy open looks and stuff. And, yeah, they're going to take him way too early. By all means, go ahead. I'll take another running back or another receiver in the 4th round. But he's on the wrong side of 30. He's had 3
30.
backs. That's the wrong side because he's over 30.
And with the injuries he's had.
And he's had 3 back surgeries.
He's out there with the Barry Bonds, looking like Barry Bonds going up to the plate with the arm guards on and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Plus,
he's what, 20? Not that he can't put the weight back on, but he's what, 25 pounds lighter than he was when he played in the league?
which might not be a bad thing though.
He's going to put that weight on in no time.
Steroids will do that for you, but
Whoa. I don't condone that. I do not condone that.
NFL players don't use HGH. It's fine.
They can use weed though.
Good for them. They
That's
should be able to
why
use weed.
Percy Harvin's trying to make the comeback too, boys. Do we care?
I didn't hear about that. Is that legit?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
because the THC can help with those migraines. I'm just saying.
All right, what other news do we have? Like actual news.
Okay. The Dolphins didn't draft a running back, but they traded a 5th-round pick for Matt Breida. How do we feel about this? Good, bad?
I think
Matt
he's a
Breida
good
up,
fit
down.
there.
Does it increase Matt Breida's value? Value about the same?
I think his value goes up.
It goes up? What are you thinking? 3rd, 4th-round pick? He's only back there. He's a lead back. We've seen flashes from Breida. Josh, do you think he can be a lead back?
Yes, until he gets hurt and he's limping, which will probably happen. But he's one of the toughest guys at the running back position. He'll play through it because he always does that. I think he's going to be worth, probably a 5th rounder, and I'd be okay with that.
Well, Damian Williams was a 3rd-round pick last year. And
Yeah.
Matt Breida has been in the worst committees ever. And the hype for him has been real. So I could see him going 3rd, 4th round again.
I could too. I just
And we'll get into the rookies, but I think in redraft leagues he's going to go ahead a lot of the rookies.
How is his pass protection?
Good. He's not bad at anything. He just can't stay on the field.
Yeah. So
That's
he was
his
really
problem.
efficient last year. I mean, I know he was in a committee, but he was very efficient with the opportunities he got. I think he averaged over 5 yards a carry. So yeah, if he can stay healthy, he's gonna be nasty.
And then last bit of news is Marquise Goodwin, who was really good about a year and a half ago. He gets traded to the Eagles, who drafted a lot of wide receivers. We'll see how this goes. But he's very fast. I mean, he's a track star. He was going to go to the Olympics this year. He was going to try out for the Olympic team this year.
Oh wow.
yeah, how
Very
that work out
fast.
for him.
He's very fast, and he has better hands than Nelson Aguilar. So
Mm.
we're saying,
Doesn't
Well,
everybody?
he's a Raider now, so it's fine. He's
I
a
think
Raider.
I
now,
have
so-
better
well,
hands
he
than Nelson
ain't
Aguilar.
going to be a Raider for much longer. We'll get into
No,
that.
they have a monstrous number of wide receivers on their roster right now as
But
well.
they don't have as many tight ends as Chicago. So think about that. Chicago has 10 tight ends now, boys.
Do they? How many did they draft?
10 tight ends on their roster, and that's
They don't have
after
Trey
they-
Burton.
I know
They don't
that's
have Trey
after
Burton.
they cut him. Yeah, 10.
Well, we'll talk.
Google.
Oh, actually, you want to talk about that? Trey Burton. He's a Colt. Gets signed with a Colt with Phillip
Yeah,
Rivers
I didn't
for the
see
veteran
that.
minimum. What do you guys think about that? If he's healthy, there is still rumors. He says he should be ready
the key word.
for the beginning of the season. He said he was misdiagnosed with his injury last year. That was what was wrong with him. Do you all think that if he's healthy with Phillip Rivers, Josh, you gonna maybe put a foot back on that train? It ain't moving
Oh,
fast, so you can stay up. You can walk next to it. You
Yeah,
gonna
I
walk
could,
next to the train? You gonna walk next to that bandwagon?
I could probably wheelchair it. Yeah, I could. I'll take a late round stab on old Trey B. I like him.
Okay.
If all the
Yeah.
reports are good coming in, because he's not going to be worth drafting. I mean, you're talking about a guy you can probably pick up in free agency.
He might get that late round pick, maybe, from some savvy people like us. All right. Before we get in the draft, anything you guys want to talk about? Eric, got anything?
No, I got nothing.
Josh, I know you got something to talk about. Tell us about FSA before we get
There it
deep
is.
dive into this draft.
Good
Oh.
segue.
Oh,
You're getting real
So-
good at that.
They have an Alpha and a Bravo Dynasty League now that's been filled, and now they had so much request for a Charlie League that they're starting to fill the Charlie League. Yeah, big news, boys. So we're hoping to have the pre-selection show this week for the Bravo League. That's going to be on FSA's Facebook account. Please check that out. And you can go to Fantasy Sports Alliance on Facebook. Their website is fsa-fr.com. There's a banner that says join today. You can actually click that and you can sign up for it. They have a redraft and a dynasty leagues going on right now, and I can't wait. I have the Birmingham Barracudas. I'm so stoked about that. Go Cudas.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, it's so sick, the detail that goes into this stuff. Please check them out. FSA-FR.com. Absolutely love it. Also,
Yeah. So
on a
Go
side
ahead.
note, I went out and gave out bags to the homeless today,
okay.
care packages, and I would like for you boys, I'm going to challenge you guys to buy a meal for a homeless person.
Okay.
Do it. Eric, I know I got a better shot with Eric. So
No, I'll do it. I've done it before.
You have a worse shot with Eric, but yeah, maybe
I've done it a lot.
we'll see what happens.
But okay.
Do it.
I don't even know
so,
who to talk to in this town to do that. But okay,
So, since
Donald's?
you changed subjects when I wasn't ready to change, I just want to let everybody know that Brian over there at FSA, he's a great commissioner. He runs these leagues great. We were giving him a lot of crap on one of the message boards today, and but he's doing great things as a commish. He's Chickless style commish out here, cracking skulls when he needs to, giving the love when he needs to.
yeah,
You
he's
guys
way
remember that show,
better
The
than the
Commish?
commissioners of our dynasty league because they can't even get everybody to answer a poll. So, I mean,
wait,
Even a poll to say that they won't answer the polls.
are you talking about us?
I
Yes,
don't
I'm
think
thinking
I
about-
am talking
but-
about you.
Speaking of commissioners,
fair.
we got Roger Goodell. I don't know what was going on, but he was a little shaky. He was
Hashtag
was
boo the
getting
commish.
loungy. Hashtag laid back and with kicked up, just lounging in the armchair.
I love it.
He
I mean,
made it
dude, he
halfway
was-
through that third round, and he was like, "Forget this, dude.
yeah.
I'm tired."
Anybody think it's weird that he had 2 bowls of M&Ms? They won round 1. He had a whole bowl of M&Ms. It was empty. He shook it, and then by round 3, it was gone again for the next night.
If they're properly chilled prior to, I would easily go through a whole bowl. So I don't fault him for that.
I know,
Any-
but I'm just
any way,
saying
shape, or
he's getting up. He's
Chilled?
getting up there in age. Maybe we need to check him for the diabetes. I'm just worried.
Chilled?
We probably do. P.S. Boys, last week's episode is up on the YouTube now. Just got the notification.
So you can
That's
get
right.
them up.
YouTube.
Go see our ugly mugs on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
that was a
get
good mug.
into the draft.
Got a great mug.
We're going to break this down by positions because it's a lot easier to talk about positions. And we're going to start with the quarterbacks because this is where some wild and crazy stuff happens.
Ooh,
I love it. It makes me so
So
happy.
number one, Joe Burrow to Cincinnati. Not a surprise there. Number 5, Tua goes to Tagovailoa to Miami.
Nice.
Though they didn't even really have to tank that much to get to Miami like they wanted to.
No.
Right? They still got the guy they wanted. The
Worked
hip
out.
still questionable. But if we know anything, Ryan Fitzpatrick's on that team. And with Ryan Fitzpatrick on the team, he will start some games. If
Well,
he's on the
but-
team, he always starts at least some games during the season.
yeah, because Tua, you always get hurt whenever Ryan Fitzpatrick is your backup. That's a fact. Well,
Or benched. Josh Rosen got benched.
yeah, that was the first time I think. Most of the time when someone gets hurt, whenever
Well,
Fitzmagic is on
Jameis
the
got
team.
suspended. Jameis got suspended.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
Okay.
that's
but he's always
all
going to start
shape-
something.
All shapes and forms it happens. It
I
doesn't
forgot
matter.
about poor Josh Rosen in this whole thing. So they're
No.
going to move him again, right? He's going to be with another team, I imagine.
I don't know. The poor guy. But whatever. He got his money. He was a first
Poor
round
guy.
pick.
He was a jerk. Oh, poor guy.
He was a great guy.
Was he a
bad.
jerk?
All right, then Justin Herbert goes to the Chargers with pick 6. And then the surprise. The last quarterback taken in the first round. Jordan Love goes to Green
I
Bay.
love it.
So, did you guys see that the quarterback room for the Packers
Yeah.
now has A-Rod and J-Lo?
Yeah, dude. I love it.
Nice.
It's a marriage made for the tabloids.
Mm.
It sure is.
So what was funny about all this was Jordan Love was falling in the draft, just like Aaron Rodgers did. And it was the anniversary of the day that Aaron Rodgers was falling in the draft and got taken. He's actually older than Brett Favre was when he got drafted to be Brett Favre's replacement.
But Aaron Rodgers didn't throw 17 interceptions the last year he was in college. So
Where did Aaron Rodgers play college at?
Cal.
was it
Played
count?
at Cal. Yeah,
Yeah.
played at
Where
Cal.
did Jordan Love play?
Utah State.
State.
Doesn't matter. He threw
Not even
17
Utah.
interceptions.
Utah
I
State.
think he had some better weapons. Just saying. I'm just saying.
He probably
Jordan
did.
Love,
Still didn't throw 17
the
picks.
season prior to this was a lot better. His
He-
weapons
he-
were a lot
I know.
worse. He was
He only
forcing
threw
it.
6 interceptions his year prior, and 32 tutters. So let's just
So
call.
Jordan Love goes to Green Bay, though.
Without
You guys
Aaron
think Aaron-
Rodgers having any warning, right? That's all the
So-
reports.
I love it.
Nobody knew.
I love it.
He didn't
Yeah.
know that was going to happen.
Well, there are
I don't know
reports
if
that
he
he
knew.
is planning to treat him like family. So that's
He did. He did already call him. He did already come out and call him. I get what you're saying.
He's going to treat him like his own family? That's not
Yeah, I know.
But
completely
he
ostracized.
did go out. He did call him. They have talked. Supposedly it was cordial. Aaron
No, it's
Rodgers
not.
reached out to Jordan Love. I don't know, man. It could be for the tabloids. Who cares?
You try to take my job.
Even
I'll kill
opposing
you.
players. Opposing
Kill you.
players swap jerseys now. This isn't the NFL from 10 years ago. It isn't the NBA from 10 years ago. Like, these people are friends outside the field
Yeah.
and the court.
No, I'm just
This isn't
going
what
off
it
the
was.
reports that like Rodgers flipped out, like he was livid. Like
Oh, of course he did.
was
I guarantee you, but-
angry, but
But I think the difference is he knows how Brett Favre treated him. He's like, well, I'm not going to treat him like that. It wasn't his decision. He's not
Yeah.
the one that drafted himself. I'll take it on the coaching staff because I don't care to take it on the coaching staffs. I got one coach fired. I'll try to get a second one fired.
So I know this is kind of jumping ahead, but like they also took a running back in the second round. Is Matt
Yeah, we'll get there.
Is
We'll
Matt
get there.
LaFleur like ready to just move on
Yeah.
from all these guys?
Got to wipe
Like,
that slate
no,
clean.
bye.
Got to move on.
So I got some theories to that, and we'll get into that.
Okay.
Let's talk about second round, though. There was another quarterback taken in the second round.
Another
Jalen
surprise.
Hurts to Philadelphia. Carson Wentz got the big deal. The one thing I saw the funny meme. Did you guys see the funny Spider-Man meme? Them pointing at each other when they both got
Oh.
replaced for
Oh.
championship games. For
Dude.
championship wins.
Yeah.
I like the one where it was James Franco from that Netflix movie that he did when he was like
With the
Packers
noose?
quarterback. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like first time.
But Jalen Hurts goes to Philadelphia. The good thing about this is that they'll probably use him. I got a feeling like Taysom Hill until Carson Wentz gets hurt.
Yeah, I agree with that. You don't
Yeah,
draft him
okay.
in the second round to not use him, and he's versatile enough to do that.
But he was picked 53 in the second round, with Philadelphia having other needs. But, you know, that Philadelphia coaching staff, they let Trey Burton throw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. So,
That happened.
you know, whatever. Who knows what they're going to do. Fourth round, Jacob Eason falls all the way to the fourth round. Poor dude. Had the ESPN cameras in there. I mean, you think you just throw a towel over top of it. But whatever. He goes to the Colts, though. Not a bad landing spot. Rivers, 1 year left on his deal. Jacoby Brissett, 1 year left on their deal. Jacob Eason, fourth round pick. If you're in a super flex league, he's going to get drafted.
Where did he play in college?
Well, he started at
Washington.
Georgia. He started at Georgia. He had a good year, got hurt. Jacob Fromm, who got drafted in the fifth round,
Jake
took
from
over
State
for
Farm.
him. Yeah. Yes.
Jake from State Farm, absolutely.
But, yeah, so we'll see what happens here. But he's at the Colts, which isn't a bad landing spot. There's weapons there. The Jets went out and took James Morgan. I don't know. Sounds like an insurance broker to me. But
Never
hey,
heard of him.
and then Jake Fromm went in the fifth round. And I forgot to write down where he went. Where'd he go?
Jake Fromm?
Yeah, completely forgot.
I don't know.
Got
It's
right
not
up.
on your recap.
He went to
No,
Buffalo.
I
He
don't
went to
know.
Buffalo.
There it is. Buffalo. Buffalo. That's it. Yes.
Oh.
I'm
That
always
was it.
here for you boys. Just
No, he's the complete opposite of the court. I was like, he's the complete opposite of the quarterback they have because he doesn't have a strong arm. He's not athletic, but he is very smart with the ball and won't force it. So
Yeah,
he's
he's-
the opposite. Josh Allen gets hurt, an opposite quarterback comes in there. Change of pace guy.
And if
right?
Josh Allen doesn't work out and they don't want to pay him, they have Jake Fromm.
Just like when you got a starter
Also
that's throwing
won't work out.
90, you put that reliever in there and they're throwing the knuckleball, right? Just freaks out the batters. They don't know what to do.
well, he can only throw changeups, but yes, that's
Yes. Hopefully he doesn't throw them like Clay Buchholz.
all right. Well,
Was that Clay
Jacksonville
Buchholz?
Jacksonville drafted their quarterback of the future.
Jake Luton, and then Nate Stanley went to the Vikings. I'm not talking about those guys because we're not going to waste time on 6th and 7th rounders
No.
that are project quarterbacks all around. Even
concur.
Jake Fromm is just he's going to be one of the guys he's going to be a career backup
Yes.
because he is a very smart quarterback and he's going to make it roster because he knows how to run scout teams and all that other backup stuff and
Yes.
be in the fill room. Does anything change with the way you guys were ranking the quarterbacks prior to the draft? We still have Burrow as the number one quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Tua, your number two in Miami?
Burrow only because of the health concerns with Tua. Otherwise, Tua's
Well,
body
But
of
Burrow's
work
got
in
the-
college is just so much better than Burrow's.
Burrow has the better weapons. I would say.
Burrow does have the better weapons, but they did more to help Tua.
They
I mean-
did. Those offensive linemen they took in the second and third round, plus they'll probably have good picks next year. They have a ton of draft capital. They get a couple more offensive linemen,
they
probably a
want
good running
Tua to
back
start,
next year. That'd be
They need
good.
to trade Ryan Fitzpatrick because he will get hurt.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, I really do like
Does Tua play
think
this year?
both. I think Tua will play this year. I don't think he'll play as much as Joe Burrow. Obviously, Burrow is going to be the starter.
Day one starter.
Justin Herbert and Tua, their paths are far muddier than his, and Tua will play. He won't play as much.
I don't think he plays this year.
He'll play.
I would hope
Maybe
that they don't.
late
I bet.
season.
Yeah, I would like to see him like Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs. He played 2 games that year, his rookie year. That's the kind
That
of
was a
stuff I would
playoff
like to
team,
see
though. It's a
for-
lot different. That was a playoff team.
Well, yeah, but that's still what I'd like to see.
Miami. I don't think Miami is going to be fighting for the playoffs.
No, they won't. But there's no reason to rush him back from this hip injury. Let him get comfortable in the offense. Let him get comfortable taking some first team reps. Whatever. Just make sure you ease him in.
So
I think Justin Herbert.
Tua playing?
I will say Justin Herbert starts a game before Tua starts the game.
Yeah, but you said Tua won't play at all. So pie bet.
No, but I'm not doing
that's okay.
because I don't know what Miami's going to do, man. Miami doesn't know what they're going to do.
I wouldn't do a pie bet.
They
on
let
that.
they
that's what I thought.
started
Yeah.
Josh Rosen for like 2 games and started Ryan Fitzpatrick. They don't know what they're
Called your
going to do.
bluff. Called your bluff. That's okay. That's good.
I know. But, I mean, I don't think I'm not putting pie on it. All right. So really nothing really changes. Jacob Eason's another – you're going to hold on to him. You're not redraft. He's nothing. Dynasty, you're just in 2 quarterback leagues. You're going to throw him on the bottom of your bench because everybody's owned in 2 quarterback leagues.
All right, let's get to the fun.
The wide receivers?
Yes.
Let's get into the wide receivers. All right, so the Raiders took a Alabama wide receiver. Not the one we thought, though.
No.
Actually,
The really
I kind of did
fast
think that
one.
they took Henry Ruggs. And I will tell you this, he balled out like the most wide receiver-y thing you could do. He was in his bathrobe after he got drafted, Old Spice bathrobe, rocking that ball cap. Gold chains flying. I mean, he was impressing Michael Irvin, which is sad. But he is the Oakland Raider type of wide receiver they're going to draft. He's fast. They take the fast guy.
Mm-hmm.
Al Davis, I think Al Davis came to life for a minute. He had 3 heartbeats, jumped up, and then realized he was in the grave and went back to sleep.
Al Davis possessed their GM, Mike Mayock, for that round and said, we're taking the fast guy. Do it. 4.29? Was it? 4.27?
It was very fast.
Very quick.
was the
4.2
fastest.
something for Henry
the fastest
Ruggs.
wide receiver,
Very
right?
quick. He's the second fastest ever
Yeah.
behind John Ross.
4.27, yes.
Yeah, so real quick. Which doesn't really fit with Derek
Derek
Carr.
Carr or Marcus Mariota.
Or Marcus Mariota. So
It does fit with Nathan Peterman.
he's
they
not
did
gonna,
re-sign.
He's only going to play if both of those guys are hurt, which is entirely
I know.
possible. But
I mean, for Trevor Lawrence next year when the Raiders drop all these games and they go
Ooh.
oh, see, we didn't think of that, did we?
there
now?
you go. Tank for Trevor, baby. Tank for Tua, tank for Trevor.
Yeah. So Henry Ruggs goes to Oakland. How do you go? I mean, we'll talk about how you. Let's get through the first round. We'll see if anything changes. Then Jerry Jeudy goes to Denver.
Love
Okay,
it.
so
Jerry Jeudy to Denver.
I would have rather seen Judy go to Oakland.
The
Because
problem
I
with Jeudy going to Oakland, and here's why I think they didn't take him. Ruggs is more of an outside receiver. He played more of his. Jeudy was
Yes.
used more in the slot.
But the reason I say this is because Henry Ruggs, very talented, he didn't play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He only caught 40 passes his senior year, this last year in college. I mean, and he needs a lot of work on the route running. I didn't think he was the best wide receiver in the draft. I think he's really talented.
No, he
But
wasn't.
I would have rather them take the like Judy or even CeeDee Lamb instead.
Mhm.
But Judy
I think
went,
they should take CeeDee Lamb. Jeudy Lamb's more of a slot. They need an outside guy.
yeah, and CeeDee Lamb.
The Raiders
is
are
gonna
full
be-
of. That's why I don't think Judy getting mocked to the Raiders the whole time kind of was weird to me the whole time because they needed an outside presence, and they don't have
And-
that.
And speaking of Judy, go ahead, Brad.
Okay, Jerry Jeudy. He is a Denver Bronco. Joshua, how do you feel about this? Don't worry, they got more coming too. But
hate it so
Jerry
much.
Jeudy to Denver.
Why do you
They took
not
it
like
over.
it?
I love the player. I love the value that he brings, but it's not going to be good for fantasy purposes. It's not going to be good for fantasy purposes. And my team, Denver, actually needed a lot more than another wide receiver right now.
Okay.
They need to score
They-
points.
They do need to score points, but they've already given up a lot on defense, lost a lot on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they needed to spend draft capital on. I didn't think that they needed another guy to potentially be a number one wide receiver. And I know Judy's not going to be the number one because it's still Cortland Sutton, but got what we got and make the best of it. It's bad news for Cortland Sutton. The only person who
I don't
really
think it's
benefits
bad
from
news
this,
for Cortland Sutton.
I do,
think it's
though.
okay.
the only person who benefits from this is Drew Lock. And he's not even that. He's not a good enough quarterback to support both of these guys.
Because Cortland Sutton can play on the outside. He is the outside guy. Judy will be in the slot, can take those shorter intermediate routes that, let's be honest, Noah Fant's not ready to do.
No, because he can't catch.
No hands, Noah.
No hands, no.
I love this pick for Denver. I think it gives Locke a sure-handed weapon that he's a super polished route runner already. He can block guys with his body. He's gonna make throws easy for Drew Lock. I think he's gonna get a lot of volume.
He's an incredible
And he's
player.
a better landing spot than the next guy, CeeDee Lamb, who lands at Dallas. I think it's a way better landing spot because Amari Cooper still there, right? They still got him this year?
He sure is.
From what I
Gonna feed him.
understand, yes.
Yeah,
from what I understand,
and
he's still there.
He's still there. Zeke's still going to get probably 20 carries a game, right?
Better.
Yes.
Freaking better.
And I think we all expect Dak to regress a little bit after last year.
Sure do, Bob. Especially without a center. So
Well, they drafted one. Don't worry. You're good. They drafted one like 7th. They should be fine.
Yeah, he's way good. Now, CeeDee Lamb, man, I gush over this guy. My favorite player, my favorite wide receiver in the draft. I think it's going to be a fine landing spot for him. Honestly, Dak is pretty close to throwing for almost 5,000 yards per season. So I'm actually okay with this. I think it's going to be. They lost Jay Witt, who got up a lot, and you know, the tight end you guys have now is not going to be taking up that volume.
No,
It's gonna be blown. So I'm okay with this. The only problem is that Judy's not going to, or CeeDee Lamb's not going to be able to get in there and really work out this offseason. But them boys, they're out there practicing with each other anyway. So it's.
But CeeDee Lamb at Dallas, with all the mouths they already have to feed there, wouldn't you have rather seen him, like, even though we hate the Jets offense, but you knew he would have been the number one. He would have been the surefire number one as soon as he walked on the field there.
Yeah, I mean, I would have rather seen him go to Miami. I think that would have been great, but he didn't.
Yeah, when he's having to deal, I mean, Amari Cooper, still Amari Cooper. I mean, Jerry still tells the offense that you will force him the ball.
And maybe this is part of the deal that he's working out with Dak, right? So there's a reason they haven't paid Dak yet. Maybe that's because they don't 100% believe him. So if he gives him CeeDee Lamb on top of this and he's like, look, I laid it all out for you. Here's everything that you need. If you can't succeed like this, I gave you a Super Bowl winning coach. I gave you, a great defensive coordinator. I gave you everything that you need, all the offensive weapons you need. Now we're going to find out if Dak's going to put up or shut up.
Okay.
yeah, I think Josh makes a great point with that. He's also from Oklahoma. Jerry loves Oklahoma guys. Period. Dot. So
Boomer Sooner.
and can you really let CeeDee Lamb pass you by at 17?
No, I think they kind of had to. The hand was forced there. But
There is, but I think McCarthy was like
fantasy-wise. And let's be honest. Can we talk about something right now? Can we talk about round one with Mike McCarthy with the camera right in his face while he's drafting like this, looking like your grandma when she's on Skype with you, trying to figure out how to – can you see me? Can you see me?
Look, no, we need to talk about the fact that Jerry was on his super yacht and the dude didn't even be bothered to hold his own phone.
Yeah.
he's a billionaire.
and
I wouldn't hold my
let's
own
also
phone
talk
if I was
about-
a billionaire. Are you kidding me?
He was
that his wife? Was that
was-
his wife
I
next to
think
him?
that was his daughter.
She needs to be careful when she jumps up because she almost gave us the
He was just like, here, hold this.
Sharon Stone shot. Yeah, she almost gave us a Sharon Stone shot when she jumped.
Oh.
Yeah, when she jumped up, I was
the
like,
basic
whoa, wait.
instinct move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait a second. I almost rewound. I was like, that's not worth it.
That's not a good idea.
No, and so moving on, Philadelphia goes out. They need wide receiver help. Jalen Rager. Josh, how do you feel about this? I think of the guys they have available, they need a wide receiver.
Why wouldn't you
Jalen
take
Rager.
Justin Jefferson right there?
Yeah.
Because he's not a primary out. You need an outside receiver. Jalen Rager.
What about Brandon
Jalen Rager's not an outside. He's 5'11". He's not an outside receiver.
He played more outside than Justin Jefferson did.
played
Justin Jefferson.
at TCU.
Okay, let's talk about Justin Jefferson goes to Minnesota. We'll bring that up right now. He played 98% of his spots in the slot, and now Adam Thielen, you done, or you letting Justin Jefferson try to run on the outside?
I think he's going to be on the outside.
I think they're
I don't
going to
think he
stick
is.
him on the outside because Thielen can't play there. He's too old to be changing up like that.
Too old.
Yeah.
Thielen is an incredible route runner, though. So
He is.
I wouldn't be. He's just not the burner that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
No,
raw
he's not.
speed to be like, yeah, this guy's going to turn his hips or give me a cushion to actually make something happen. So
And I think that's why he ruined a lot of Stephon Diggs' stuff because he was clogging up the middle when Stephon Diggs could have probably those catches that Adam Thielen was getting, Stephon Diggs probably could have caught those and got more yards after the catch with those.
I do think it is good. They're trying to help Carson Wentz. They gave him Rager, and there's a good chance that he comes out and if he is their new Deshaun Jackson, you got to remember before Deshaun Jackson got hurt last year, he played that one game and he balled out.
He did.
Carson Wentz, and then he got hurt, and then we never saw him again. So if Jalen Rager can fill that void, you're talking about a future. Tempered expectations, but definitely a future player worth noting in fantasy football for sure.
Okay. And then we've said Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. I don't really like it just because of the fit. It's a lot like when Christian Kirk went to Arizona with you already have a guy that's clogging up the slot, which is what you primarily played, and now we're going to try to have you play kind of out of position. Just like baseball players when you're a shortstop and they try to make you play second.
Well,
the pros.
in Arizona, the fit makes a little bit more sense if they're going to play 4 wide all the time. But Minnesota.
Well, this was before.
Like that,
this was
so.
Christian Kirk when he got drafted before. It was before the
Right.
Cliff Kingsbury.
But now with
my
Cliff,
God.
it works. But yeah, now it's
Cliff's house.
that Jefferson. That didn't make a lot of sense. And I didn't like Jalen Rager to Philly either. I thought there were better receivers they could have took there.
Well, and then Brandon Ayuk goes to San Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. Just because San Francisco just does not throw the ball enough to make wide receivers that relevant. Like I like Debo. I kind of like Ayuk a lot, but I can't like 2 wide receivers on the San Francisco offense that's going to run the ball 25 to 30 times a game.
Yeah. I mean, they got their guy at Javon. They got Javon Kinlaw at 14. So they got the guy they really wanted in the first round. This was kind of just icing on the cake. I was kind of surprised they didn't take a running back, like a real true, like tried and true guy. Like I think
they want
Jonathan
the defense.
Taylor would have been a great fit there, but
Because Kyle Shanahan blows leads in the Super Bowl, and defense is what keeps you from blowing leads in the Super Bowl. So he's going to keep improving the defense.
Well, they had to
until he quits
replace
blowing
DeForest
leads.
Buckner too, who they traded to the Colts. But I mean, that's a great move to do that because now I don't have to pay DeForest Buckner. So
And
Yeah,
their defensive line is still all first round picks.
And they
They're
got
unbelievable.
another defensive tackle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Within that Indy pick, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All right. So first round, CeeDee Lamb still your guys' number 1 wide receiver. I know that's kind of what you were thinking before, Josh. Or did Jerry Jeudy or Henry Ruggs or any of these guys jumping with their landing spot?
I like Judy the best out of all with the
For
landing
next
spots.
year only. Let's not talk about the future. Let's just talk about
No.
for next year only.
Judy.
Yeah.
I like Judy.
it's still CD Lamb.
Okay.
Still, I trust Dak. This goes to trusting either Dak or trusting Drew Lock. I trust Dak.
That's fair.
And
That's
also,
all it is. That's all it is.
do we get a little like Henry Ruggs is way better than Darius Hayward Bay, but do we get that little nasty taste of Darius Hayward Bay from a few years ago?
A few years. That
Like,
was that was many years ago now.
I know, but
But-
do we still get that like that nasty like
Got that stank on him a little bit.
yeah, like he's a fast guy.
Like,
and
he's the
Oakland just takes
he's the Raiders' super fast guy, but they don't have the quarterback to
Yeah.
really take advantage of that speed. Yeah, probably a little bit.
Little Rocket
let's talk
Ishmael
about the-
situation.
Let's talk about the second round wide receivers. I think this is where some like wide receivers actually fell in some good landing spots. T. Higgins from Clemson goes to Cincinnati.
We like that.
Whoo, dude's got like an 80-inch wingspan?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Oh.
He can go up and get the contested catch. He's the perfect replacement for AJ Green. There, I thought that
And
was a really
AJ Green's
nice.
supposed to be back this year, but let's be honest, he's only
He's
going to be there for
32.
this last year.
He's probably
Yeah.
done.
And with Tyler Boyd,
Yeah.
with Joe Mixon. I like T. Higgins here a lot. Dang, I can't think of the coach's name. Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor. There we go. Black Power Ranger, if you spell it wrong.
I'm all over tonight. We should have done our
Okay, you got it.
Oh, we should have.
We should have done a woman. Yeah, we should have.
I could have recorded that. That would have been great.
I know too. All right, but so T. Higgins there. I like that landing spot a lot. I actually like the next guy, Michael Pittman Jr. from USC, goes to the Colts. He's a possession receiver,
Big
but that's
boy,
not
too.
a bad thing
No,
with
they
Phillip
need it.
Rivers there.
Nope. Yeah, with his
You
arm
got
strength.
Ty going deep. Michael Pittman just kind of taking that Keenan Allen role of just 10 yards and going down.
Yeah. Now, what does that do for Paris Campbell's fantasy value, though?
Well, he was hurt last year, and he
Mm-hmm.
plays a different role than Pittman does.
Yes, exactly.
If anything, this guy's going to compete with Ty a little bit, and
Okay.
aging Ty who's banged up. Even though Ty is 5'9", he's still an outside receiver
Yeah,
He's
because
quick.
he's fast.
Well, he was fast.
because he's fast.
I don't know how
Yeah,
fast
because he's
he's
fast. I like both of these picks. They're both big-bodied receivers. I mean, both of them are 6'4". They need a little bit more work, But when you talk about having all the ability and skills that they need to do, I mean, the only thing that Michael Pittman has working against him is that he played at USC.
I mean, his dad won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers and had some guns on him. If you guys remember Michael Pittman, the running back.
Yeah.
Beefcake.
And then Laviska Shenault goes to Jacksonville. So we forgot to mention this. Marquise Lee got signed by the Patriots.
Yeah. He did.
I forgot to mention that. So Marquise Lee's not there. I don't mind Laviska there because the Jacksonville defense is going to be horrendous. It's going to be bad.
That's true. One piece on defense is not going to stop that being a sieve. So just try to score points. Yeah. Put some weapons, more weapons around.
This is more
Gardner.
about. This is really more about my lack of belief in Laviska and in Gardner. To be honest with you, I just wasn't that high on Laviska Shenault to begin with. I don't know.
Can I mute you? I'm going to try to mute you here.
You came in loud for some reason there, Josh. But anyway, keep going.
Because he's spitting hate. It's just, Laviska's, but he can do a lot. He played Wildcat quarterback. He did a lot for it. Was it Colorado he played for? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He did a lot there. So they could use him in a lot of different ways if they want to try to get, crazy. Didn't Jay Gruden, the offensive coordinator down there now?
Yes,
he is.
Yes, he
Jay
is.
Gruden, going back to his arena football days. Oh, yeah. I remember that. And then Denver takes another wide receiver, KJ Handler from Penn State. Eric, you were Penn State. You're still paying them, right?
Oh.
No, I went to Temple, dude. Come on now.
That's right, Temple. Dang it. Another Philadelphia school.
T for Temple U.
Either way.
Yeah, I'm still paying them lots of money.
Okay. But he went to Penn State. He's very, very fast. He is Henry Ruggs fast. The problem is he's smaller. He likes to catch it with his body. He doesn't use his hands to catch the ball. Like, I watch his highlight film, and I'm like, man, he's quick. But, man, does he let the ball come into his body. He's going to drop this.
That's all. Who cares, What they're doing is they're
quick.
John Elway's like, I remember that one time I had these guys, Manuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. We won a Super Bowl. I think if I could just recreate
You're doing George
that.
Bush, not John Elway.
I thought you were going to say Ed McCaffrey and Rod Smith.
No, dude. He's trying to recreate.
Like, he's got dementia. He thinks he's still the quarterback for this team.
Yeah, he might.
Well, you know what?
He might.
You know who makes John Elway look good? Bill O'Brien. But this time it was actually the Packers that made John Elway look good.
Yeah, their draft made no sense.
KJ Hamler, I was liking his tape, but, man, he's a gadget dude. He reminds me a lot of Tavon Austin with the hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's what when I watch him, I'm like, oh.
I know.
All right, Chase Claypool goes to Pittsburgh. Another wide receiver. In the second round, though. Is this going to take that James Washington value down? I don't think it affects Juju at all.
I think it affects Juju. Because they always find these really good receivers in, like, the middle rounds.
Deeper, though. This is pretty early.
I mean, it's early-ish for them, but, like, obviously they thought he wasn't going to be there coming around again, so they always find good receiving talent. So, for me, yeah, I think it hurts Juju. Unless he balls out this year and they finally pay him, I think he's just waiting in the wings to take his spot.
So, yeah, well, with this guy, though, you got to remember, he's also super fast, but the dude's 6'4".
Yeah.
Like, he ran a sub 4.5 40. This dude is fast.
Sub 4.5, 6'4". And what does Ben like to do when he's healthy?
Sling
it, baby.
This guy's a little bit smaller than Cam Newton. I don't know if you guys know. He's a very fast, large man. I'm actually excited to watch this guy play with Big Ben because Ben, he'll hold on to that ball forever so he can sling it deep. And this guy will go up and contest those passes. I can't wait. I thought this was a perfect landing spot for Claypool.
Van Jefferson to the Rams. They replacing Brandon Cooks?
They need to.
I think it's just another guy. I think they're worried about the injuries with
Kupp.
Oh my! There you go, Cooper Kupp. Little Cooper Kupp's had banged up last couple of years. When he's healthy, he's great on the field. Mm-hmm. And they got rid of Brandon Cooks. It's just another guy for that offense. And we'll talk about the other guy they got too, who's going to be shooting up some draft boards. But
I think it's him and Josh Reynolds, kind of same guy, Van Jefferson.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. They want to make sure they have the weapons for Sean McVay to do what Sean McVay does, right?
Yeah, you see how they suffered last year when they didn't have that third receiver to kind of spread the field for them, for Kupp and Woods. So,
and let's be honest, I'm not trying to do a hot take here, but if Sean McVay's offense is not as prolific as it was the first 2 years, if it takes another dive and goes lower, like he's going to be on a hot seat.
He'll be
'Cause
fine
they've-
this year.
But no, I'm saying like if he has another down year going into next year, because like, we spent all this money on defense, and you're supposed to be this offensive guru, and you're still missing the playoffs. Like that's going to be the question because they have probably the best cover corner and the best defensive lineman in the league.
Oh yeah,
Not probably. They do. They do.
yeah.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like you got
Yeah.
the best pass rushing interior defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's just the best defensive lineman there is.
He is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a wrecking
that's-
ball. But yeah, we'll see. what they
Denzel
do with it.
Mims finishes out the second round, goes 59 to the Jets. Problem is, it's the Jets.
Oh, I was so
it's the
sad when I
Jets.
saw this. I think I even texted you guys like the cry face when I saw Mims went here. Why did he fall so far? Because he's pretty high on a lot. He was pretty high on a lot of draft boards that I saw leading up to this.
I don't know why he fell. I think it was maybe the fit that he had with other teams. Maybe they just weren't looking for a player of his. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why he could have fell.
Maybe
Um,
because a lot of places
It's the
have
Adam
him as
Gase,
like
though.
the
I would
fourth, fifth best receiver in the draft. You know,
I would love him in this situation, but it's Adam Gase, right?
Yeah, not
That's
with
the
the Jets.
problem.
He's talented, and he plays with Adam Gase now, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. Hopefully Adam Gase's days are numbered already there in New York, but
So is Denzel Mims a guy we're going to look at 2 years from now when Adam Gase is fired and they get a new coach, just like Devontae Parker?
Yeah,
yes.
And we're like, oh, there's the guy
like,
we
there
thought
he
we knew and
is.
saw. Yeah.
that's the guy.
That's the guy we
the
saw
dude.
we knew in college. That's the guy that was pretty good.
oh
All
my
right, third
gosh.
round.
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson to Washington.
Don't care.
Exactly.
They need
but here's
so
the one
much
I-
else.
Here's the one thing I do like, third round. Lynn Bowden Jr. I was really hoping he'd fall a little lower. He goes to the Raiders. He was Kentucky's offense last year. Like they put him at wide receiver, but the dude played quarterback. He played running back.
Oh,
was gonna say, he was more of a running
I
back.
remember you
Yeah.
talking about him one other time.
He was a wide receiver, but then when the quarterback got hurt, they said, "Hey, we're just going to run this rush for 400 yards a game." He's like, "Oh, okay, I can do that." So Lynn Bowden goes to Oakland. I like it, but I don't know. I think he's going to have more like Taysom Hill, more gadgety stuff. He's not a pure route runner yet. In a couple years, he could be a great player, but I don't think next year he's going
Is
to
this
be.
a similar thing with, like we think with Dak? Like, look, hey Derek, we got you all the weapons. We got you Josh Jacobs. We got your receivers this year. You got
I
Waller.
honestly-
Like, if you
I
don't
think
put up or shut up,
They're building like we talked about this. John Gruden, he has 8 years left. Like he has this, like he's building a team. He doesn't care about winning now. He's worried about 5-6 years from now. I'm going to build my core because he had a really young team last year. Let's not forget that.
he did. They got rid
And
of
he
all
has
their
still
old
building.
vets, which was smart.
Yeah. He got rid of a lot of the big contracts and stuff, and he's building this young team that he wants this nice young core. And he's going to start putting vets into it that want to come here.
And you got to think they spent 3 picks on wide receivers in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, because literally the next pick, Brian Edwards,
South
for the Raiders.
Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they
who's a more pure wide receiver than Lynn Bowden is.
Heard a lot
They
of good
got-
things about him.
they got an idea of what they want to do, and I think it's smart. I'm okay with it. These two guys, Brian Edwards and Lynn Bowden, whatever, they're not going to be fantasy relevant this year.
No.
But you want to get, I would want to get some dynasty shares of Brian Edwards personally.
You can have him. I want Bowden. Putting him on the taxi squad, setting him there, and just gonna just wax it up, just polishing him. Bam.
That's funny.
All
Terrell
right.
Pryor. Okay.
Terrell
Next
Pryor.
guy.
Devin Duvernay goes to Baltimore. Not bad. It's just the problem with Baltimore is that, let's be honest,
They don't throw a lot.
he's going to throw to the open guy, and he's going to run. He'll be running plays.
Do you guys see them kind of trying to recreate what Kansas City's doing here? Because they went and got Marquise last year. They got Devin Duvernay now, and both these guys are smaller, faster guys. Their offense is fast. It's one of the fastest offenses in the league.
Because of what Lamar's got. Like, Lamar's got a really strong arm, right?
Yeah.
Is he that accurate? No. But they don't want him to throw short because if he's throwing short, that means defenses are playing up on the run. And they are a run-first team. So you're going to run, and you have your other guys go deep. If he's on the outside running a, RPO, he can just sling it.
Yeah, I think it's a result of everybody tries to like copy what the Patriots are doing or have done, right? So obviously the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. the forward-thinking coaches started doing RPOs, so more coaches started to pick it up. I think it's just monkey see, monkey do. Like, yep, that's what worked for them. We're going to try to pigeonhole our guys into it. Whereas, I mean, Baltimore's a little bit smarter. They know what Jackson did at an elite level, and they were like, we're going to build around that.
So,
And I think Andy Reid did the same thing in Kansas City. So other coaches will shoehorn people into it, but it probably won't work for them.
After speaking to Rich last week, Devin Duvernay is a guy because he brought his name up, and he's like, that's a guy that I'm looking to get a lot of shares of. I looked into him, and I was like, okay, yeah, the guy does have a lot of ability. He just, he wasn't in a great offense, got hurt. But now when you look at it, and the Ravens had the fewest passing yards in the NFL to wide receivers last year. They only threw 1,400 yards to wide receivers.
But they all
it's a bad landing spot for him.
Marquise Brown was banged up. Like, the reason it wasn't because of, it was the people they had, the personnel they were running. Okay. They might start spreading it out more.
For PPR purposes, it's probably not a great landing spot. But for standard purposes, you get two or three really good looks a game, deep. You 75 yards and a touchdown. That's not a bad day for a wide receiver in standard. So,
all right. So since we're running really long talking about these wide receivers, I kind of want everybody to go through the day 3 guys and somebody you want to talk about. I'll give you guys some time. I got who I want to talk about, unless you got somebody, Josh. You can look through it. I want to talk about Antonio Gandy Golden. Goes to Washington. The kid can do everything. He can do a Rubik's Cube in a minute, like minute 3, I think he said. He bowled a perfect game 300 after only bowling for like a couple months. He picked up the guitar. He's playing golf. He can do a little bit of everything. He's still not a polished wide receiver. Washington's offense, I'm a little scared of. But he could be one of those guys that we see, step up. He can be a good complement to Terry McLaurin in Washington if Ron Rivera can get the offense going.
I hate hearing the part about he's not a finished product, like he's not a polished version.
These day 3 guys, they're not going to be – none of these day 3 guys are going to be like polished people. Julian Edelman was in these rounds, and Julian Edelman was a quarterback when he came out.
He's a gym rat. He's scrappy. So
he's white. I get it. He's white.
I got my guy whenever you guys are ready.
No, go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Let's see what you want to talk about.
I'm picking Colin Johnson out of Texas. Another big guy, 6'6", and he landed in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good landing spot for him. He's going to need some more time to develop because he's not very fast. He doesn't have a lot of pop, but the dude is a really good route runner, and he's so big that he's going to be able to compete on every 50-50 ball, and he's going to be able to grab it. So this is the guy that I like from day 3. I don't know if he'll end up being anything. He won't be anything relevant this year, obviously. But if he puts the work in, you're looking at a great taxi squad player.
Okay. Do you have anybody, Eric?
I don't know anything about these guys. I haven't had enough time to do homework on
Donovan
the back end.
Peoples-Jones, who played at Michigan, goes to Cleveland, right?
He sure did.
Not a great landing spot, but if Odell gets traded, because there's already been rumors last year and rumors this year, he isn't going to get traded. Or if Odell just gets hurt, right? Josh, you're saying he's always hurt, always banged up.
I feel like that would have happened before the draft if it was actually going to, or during.
No,
if it was going to happen.
I'm just saying that the rumors were there last year too, that he was going around saying he wanted out of there. I think it was more Freddie Kitchens than anything, but whatever. Donovan Peoples-Jones out of Michigan. He's another big wide receiver who can play outside. He's not a great route runner, but he can contested catches, not terrible with. He reminds me a lot of Devin Funchess. I know that's not great, but we've seen flashes from Devin Funchess. All right. And before we get into the running backs, we are going to chop this episode up, and we'll do another one just on the running backs.
Two-parter,
Again,
folks.
a twofer, part 2.